starring Doodle as Doggy. Filet mignon is a colorful little toy. And Henri Plastic as RHO. Gorgeous Choo-Choo. And introducing Rooster Cottontail as Bunny Chicken. Minion said, "Time to wake up, little doggy. We have to meet a man with a black hat and a round head today. He wants to launch you to the space station from his rocket. I got a really good buy on this launch. The round-headed man will send you to space for all the zanies we have." Doggy replied, "Go away, Minion. I'm too tired to fly to the space station." "But you must." Doggy barked, Okay. But only if you give me lots of milk for breakfast. I will fly on that rocket for milk. Off with the blankie. Doggy had levitated to the kitchen and landed by Minion. "Here's your milk just as I promised," shouted Minion. "When you're finished, we'll go to see the man with the round head and the black hat who promised to launch you on his rocket." Doggy scratched his head. "I don't know if that's enough milk to get me all the way to space, Minion. But I'll try. Give me a boost." With Minion's help, Doggy lifted high and slopped into the milk. When he was finished, Doggy had to take a shower. He was so covered with milk. He was surprised to learn that he didn't float in water. It seemed that he couldn't float in water or milk. He had rather float than sink. He would have to drink all the water too so that Minion could get him out. "Welcome to Shallow Creek Spaceport," said the round-headed man, aka RMH. "I see that you've brought Doggy just as I told you to. You will be my first astronaut." Huh? What is this at my feet? If I had feet, this unimpressive stack of zanies is not nearly enough to fuel my rocket. RHM was sad and angry because he was not getting everything he wanted, and because of his black hat he was not behaving like a round-headed man should. But Minion had brought everything he had said he would to RHM, Doggy and money. Would Minion have to give even more to launch Doggy to space as he had promised to the plastic pup? But Minion always tried to keep his promises. "Do you take credit cards?" asked Minion. "No," shouted RHM. "I only take cash, you." Minion interrupted him. "Here it comes." Minion poured on the RHM even than RMH had demanded. "Is this milk?" "What? No," I said, "cash, not cashews, you colorful little toy. Do you think a snack will buy enough hypergolic fuel to make my mighty rocket produce anything more than a few sparkles?" RMH was still crunching Minion's cashews when Doggy barked, "You are cranky today, round-headed man." I am not cranky, sniveled RHM. I am annoyed. Because you are so heavy today, Doggy. Nobody is getting what they want. You drank so much milk and water that I will have to buy more fuel, and Mignon doesn't have enough zanies to pay for it. Mignon, RHM trailed off mysteriously. Mignon, I want to tell you something. RHM turned toward Mignon so Doggy could not hear him. There is, perhaps, another way to launch Doggy into space with your tiny bit of money. Mignon, now behold my mighty catapult. I can launch Doggy to space with this marvelous machine. It does not require rocket fuel, so the few zanies you paid me will be just enough to send him to space. I refuse to let my Doggy fly in this unsafe contraption, shouted Mignon. You promised me a real rocket, but have instead delivered a contraption made of broken toys from the Dollar Tree dumpster. Why are you carrying a tissue, Mignon asked the round-headed man. You'll find out at the end of this scene, RHM. Adjusting his hat, RHM said, I've grown tired of your games, Mignon, and besides I don't like the shape of your head. It should be round. I will make you vanish with the power of my mighty wind. Shh. Your wind has no power over me, said Mignon. I am not afraid of you. Oh yeah, said RHM. Then you have left me with little choice. Now you will see the full power of my fully operational air compressor.
Oh no! Mimi.
Doggy panted after his long run to RHM. Where's Mignon? He asked. He's up. Mignon's gone. He has trotted off to Dollar Tree to buy more puppy snacks. Now Doggy, forget about him. Doggy did as he was told and forgot about the colorful little toy, but since he had forgotten one thing, he could remember another. Why, he had been wondering, why does the round-headed man have a big black mushroom growing on top of his head? RHM looked at Doggy suspiciously, then shook that round head and said, I called you here to watch the promotional video of my magnificent quasi-orbital trebuchet catapult contraption. RHM rubbed his round belly that he had filled with cashews. With my machine I will launch you to the space station. Oh, I love catapults, exclaimed Doggy. But why did you say catapult to Doggy? Shouldn't we use a dogapult for me? Ho ho ho. Funny little puppy. Just watch and prepare to be amazed. Doggy laughed excitedly at what was about to happen. I can't imagine what got into Choo-Choo, said Doggy with a mischievous smile. Never mind that, said RHM. Never trust a toy that isn't solid plastic. You never know what they're going to do. But now, are you finally ready for my video? Doggy still didn't know what a video was. But he said okay. Yes, said RHM. The video begins in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, Doggy, what did you think of my promotional video? Said RHM. I thought the ending was kind of lame. Plus the music sounded a little too grand for your catapult. Plus I'm just a puppy and don't know what promotional video means. Otherwise I liked it. You are just a puppy, said the round-headed man, staring at the camera with a squiggly face. After all, I Dollar bought you at Dollar Tree for Lukey. I don't remember Dollar Tree, but I miss Lukey. Whined Doggy. He always finds me when I'm lost. Well then, said RHM, I think you are tired and it's time for your nap. Besides, Lukey is probably watching this video. Are you Lukey? 2 books and 2 stories first. Barked Doggy, thumping his tail in happiness. RHM read to him and told Doggy 2 grump stories. After story time, Doggy wished that Mignon were here so that he could explain what was going on with this round-headed man. Something didn't seem quite right here, especially since RHM hadn't even asked Doggy if he needed to go potty before his nap. Oh bother, said Doggy, and then he hopped on his toddler bed. RHM was preparing the catapult for launch, while Doggy slept unaware. What RHM did not know is that Choo-Choo had set the countdown to automatic behind his back. Choo-Choo knew that RHM's catapult was unable to send Doggy to the space station, and that RHM had staged this launch to deceive his investors about his catapult, and had taken all of Mignon's knees and cashews over a contraption that could never work. RHM was going to be caught off guard and shot off the catapult along with Doggy after the automatic countdown, and when his investors heard the news they would demand their money back. But nobody at all, knew what had become of Mignon except Mignon and God.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, no!
Space wasn't at all what Doggy expected it to be. It was so small, and so silver and shiny. It should be black and not shiny like the top of Grandpa Joe's head. Doggy looked around him and decided that space rather looked much like a big deep bucket. And worse, there was no potty.
Really?
He must have a potty. Oh bother. Perhaps he was not in space after all. Maybe he really was in a shiny bucket. Minion had paid for the round-headed man goodzinis for space, but instead, RHM had only delivered an empty bucket. What was Doggy to do? What was that? Who's there? Yelped Doggy. It's me, said Mignon. RHM blew me out of Shallow Creek Spaceport and I landed here. Can you climb out? I cannot, said Doggy. The sides are too smooth. Can you help me? Do you have any ideas? Mignon thought and thought. Maybe we can float you out. I'll pump into the water lickety-split. Okay. Doggy looked for a split to lick but couldn't find any. Meanwhile, Mignon pumped gallon after gallon of water into the shiny bucket. Mignon, said Doggy. I think we both forgot something important. What? Asked Mignon. I can't forget something if I don't know anything to begin with. But don't you remember that I can't float? I'm stuck here, underwater, until somebody empties this big old bucket. Perhaps, Mignon said while scratching his head, I think it's likely a kitty will stop by and drink up all that water. Oops! Oops! What is it? Wow! kitty stinks at emptying buckets, said Doggy. You must find a way to empty it. Even though I'm solid plastic, I still have to breathe once in a while. Wait, yelled Mignon. I'll think of something. I've got an idea. I'll pump it out.
Meanwhile, said a idolater, RHM had struck the bucket platform, and when his hat exploded off his round head he bounced away at orbital velocity, and was then flung into space.
RHM slammed inside the jungle Russian space station where he spun and spun and spun. His black mushroom hat had been blown from his head, and this was the first time in many years he was without it for more than a few moments. He found himself happy as he spun round and round. Yes, RHM was happy. Very dizzy and very happy. You've got to think of something else, said Doggy. Neither the water nor the kitty are good at breaking doggies out of buckets. Wait, said Mignon. I've got a new idea. I'll use RHM's mighty laser. Oh no! Can't believe the laser didn't work, said Mignon. I'm not surprised, Doggy whined. RHM told me this fake space station is constructed out of high-strength macaroni. Perhaps Choo-Choo can do the trick. He could knock the bucket over. Great, now you're barking up the right tree. I'll make sure Choo-Choo has got a full head of steam. Get ready. Here comes Choo-Choo. Barked Doggy. What happened? I didn't feel a thing. Ouch, Mignon and Choo-Choo said together. We don't feel so good. We'll have to try something else. Your turn for an idea, Doggy. So what is your idea, Doggy? Mignon asked after he and Doggy climbed back up by the fake space station. I've been thinking for a long time, said Doggy. I think Bunny Chicken can get me out of this bucket. I think that's an excellent idea, said Choo-Choo. Hip hip hooray for Bunny Chicken. They all cheered. Bunny stinks at rescue as much as we do, exclaimed Choo-Choo. Guys, groaned Doggy. I hate to keep bringing this up, but I now have to go potty so bad it's getting to be an emergency. Well then, I've got another idea, said Mignon wearing a happy grin. I am a pilot after all. No, shouted Doggy. I remember what happened the last time you tried to save me with your helicopter. everybody, said Doggy. Don't be a scaredy pup. That was then. This is now, said Mignon with confidence. Ha ha ha. RHM said pretty much the same thing, and that's what got me in this pot. Don't worry, Doggy. Yes, yes, said the three friends at the landing pad. They clapped and cheered at Mignon's success. But left by himself, Doggy cried. Oh, what might happen to him when Mignon attempted the helicopter rescue? Stay tuned for exciting scenes from our next episode.
This just in from Shallow Creek Spaceport CDC News. Ted Bear reporting. Rumors are flying that entrepreneur, investor, and would-be astronaut RH Man is presumed missing. That he was caught by an Appleton spy satellite rocketing towards a junk Russian space station. Whether he will ever return to Earth is anyone's guess.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next episode I shall begin my operations on that hat, on which you know my principal hopes of happiness depend.